Hello, I'm Deon Marais. I'm a life coach. I specialize in business and relationship coaching. I started my career about 11 years ago in 2001, when I started feeling energy fields. In the beginning, it felt very strange. I actually wondered if I'm going to tell anybody or not. But when I told my girlfriend at the time, she was very open to the whole idea. And as I started treating more and more people, I realized I had a gift to actually get a good idea of what is wrong with a person just by feeling the energy fields at the time, talking to them, and finding out what is actually stressing them. Over the time, it's actually evolved quite a bit. The next part was I started to massage the person's hands. I actually realized that you can feel a lot of things while you do that, while talking to the person. Over time, I realized that we actually have a few different ways of storing information. The first, of course, is in our brains. Uh, that's obvious. So we only have problems if we don't know how to deal with these problems. If we don't have a good strategy. So the second way is we store information in our muscles in a way that if it's something that's got to do with our emotional brain, it is stored on our right hand sides of our bodies and vice versa. So when we actually have a pain, we can normally find out where the problem sits by seeing on what side of the body the problem actually is. And then lastly, it can be stored in our auras, in our energy surrounding our bodies. And by dealing with all three of these, stress is reduced dramatically. Um, so over time, I've got better and better at it. In the beginning, I was treating my friends, later my colleagues, and so I started getting paid for it over time, and I really love what I'm doing. I get great success, and for the last 2 years or so, I've actually been doing life coaching as well. It actually combines very well with my talents, um, in the fact that one works very much with the future of each person, trying to get to places, to be more successful, stronger. It's very individual based. So each person actually have very different problems, and by actually dealing with those problems, we get to a sort of like a stage where you are in a position where you can do whatever you want. And it's actually from that stage that coaching is very helpful. Um, we sort of sometimes go back if we find that the person I'm working with don't actually get over to action. Action is a very important part of anybody's goals, because if we can't get to action, well, they're going to stay goals instead of success. Um, so the other part is that we want to make sure that the person is healthy. Now, health is a very strange thing in the sense that we actually um, can make ourselves sick, we can heal ourselves, we can get into all kinds of trouble. But the problem is that we can only be in one state at a time. So if we are busy with fighting or flighting, all of those things that we are scared with, what happens automatically is we go into that state. We're not actually trying to be healthy, we're actually in preserve mode. We're making sure that we don't die. And so if we can get a person that's really stressed out of that mode and into a mode where he's actually relaxed, where he's actually concentrating on getting better and into healing mode, that is the start of healing itself.